pause and try again. Hi, I'm Addie Quate, and this is It's About Writing. It's a weekly vlog by writers, for writers, to educate, encourage, and promote writers. Join us as we interview people with experience in all areas of writing and promotion. With me are my two co-hosts, Terri Thompson and Susan Fontaine-Godwin. And this is our opportunity to introduce ourselves to you and to let you know more about what we're doing. So Susan, tell us more about your background and what you're working on.
Thank you. Well, my background is I've been a writer since early days, as long as I can remember. And I got my start on the high school newspaper, went on to college and was the co-editor of my college newspaper, got a degree in journalism, and then went on to work for a number of magazines and newspapers for a number of years. And then I got kind of a curveball. I took a turn and went into the wonderful world of copyrights and intellectual property and worked for a Christian music company in Mobile, Alabama. And
that was
so there
Integrity Music, right?
Yes, it was. It was Integrity Music from 1984 until 1996. Then I started my own company and developed a company that provided music licensing for churches. But in the process, I was able to utilize my background in journalism when I started blogging and writing a number of ebooks, educational pieces, and an assortment of various types of writing to help promote our products and our content. And so in the course of that entrepreneur adventure, I was able to write a number of different types of publications and continue to do that.
And if I remember, Susan, you've done some songwriting too.
Oh, yes, that's right. Since I was in the world of music publishing, I was surrounded by a number of, top-notch songwriters. So I just kind of did that on my own as a hobby, but I still enjoy writing songs as well. Thanks for remembering that. And then I've also wrote a book called Creative Riverbanks. And that's the whole brain approach to planning and setting goals.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Planning and setting goals in general or regarding writing? What kind of?
Regarding the creative process, so fairly broad. It's designed originally for what at the time I called creatists, and now they're called creatives. So it's a pretty broad, general area of creative work.
And if I wanted to get a copy of that book, where would I find it?
Well, you would have to email me because I'm in the process of updating it.
And how can I do that?
You can reach me at fairfieldcreatives@gmail.com. fairfieldcreatives@gmail.com.
And we will have a link to that below. All right, Terri, tell us a little more about you.
Well, let's see. I've been writing fiction for about 25 years. I started with a biblical fiction, and from there, it was a youth novel. And as I was working on it, I really discovered that I needed to learn a lot about writing. So I started reading lots of books, getting involved in ACFW, American Christian Fiction Writers, and many other writers groups. Pen Writes is a critique group that helped me out a lot, and from that we developed sharpened pencils. So hi all you guys. And yeah, so I have written a number of novels, unpublished at this point. I did have one youth fantasy novel published. I had it published by iUniverse back in 2003 to go along with a program that we were working on in our community with the police department and the churches working together to teach at-risk youth. And so this was just to go along with that. And it was a very creative, imaginative thing that talked about the values, the moral values, you know, of the city that the city had adopted. And so, but it is very much like a Christian allegory is what it is. That's called Journey to Thelo, and it is still available. Thelo is spelled Thelo.
And I have read it, and it's adorable. And how can we get a copy?
It's on Amazon. I mean, you can order it from any of the main bookstores, I think, and you can get an ebook too.
And there will be a link below, so y'all check out Journey to Thelo.
Yeah. And so now, now that it's just my husband and I at home, there's no more homeschooling. There's no more of, you know, big, huge life interruptions. I say that now. I should back up.
Be careful. 2020, where anything can happen.
Right. But anyway, I'm finally at a place where I'm able to carve out some blocks to really do it. And I rewrote my original book, and a publisher is looking at it right now. And a Native American contemporary novel that I've written is at a publisher that they're looking at it right now. So I don't know what'll happen, but it's exciting time. And I'm also at author Terri Thompson on Facebook, so you can find me there.
Excellent. Thank you.
And how about you, Addie? Tell us about you.
I am Addie Quate, also known as Adequate Woman. I have a degree in journalism from the University of Florida, go Gators, and spent my first part of my career as a broadcaster and print writer and grant writer, and I did newsletters and any kind of writing you can do and get paid for that's nonfiction, I pretty much have done. Then, like you, I homeschooled for a while, got out of the workforce, and when I went back, God sent me in a different direction, and I started working for inpatient alcohol and drug rehab, and went back, got a degree in counseling, and spent the next half of my life as a licensed professional counselor specializing in addiction. So a little bit of a shift. Now I'm semi-retired and trying to put both careers together, try and use some of the best advice I both received and gave in this book I'm working on, which is called Adequate Woman. And the idea is to refute the absolute lie that we all have to be superwoman, we have to be good at everything, we have to be perfect. As a person in recovery from perfectionism, I know how crippling it can be for many, many people. And there's a huge culture out there saying that if you're not perfect, you're terrible. And that's not true, because we're all adequate in Christ Jesus. And that's the message I want to get out. And I am so grateful for my friend Terri, who got me off my behind and writing again. So hopefully I'll have it finished and in somebody's hands by the end of the year. So that's where I am.
Great. Great. So that's us. And we just invite you all to join us. And we'll be interviewing lots of writers and other people that can help writers or have experience. And we just welcome all writers of every kind to join us, and people who are interested in writing. Just join us every week here at It's About Writing. Thanks.
It's About Writing. And we will have a Facebook page and our individual professional pages in the comments below. So let us know what you think. Tell us what you would like to hear about. And thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.